from Nigeria, from Kenya, from Ethiopia, from Rwanda, from any African country and living in Dubai or aspiring to move into Dubai so you can get a better job to take care of yourself and your family back home, then you must keep watching this video so you don't get to make the same mistakes that our fellow brothers came here and did, and you don't get to fall into the wrong hands. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Claudine. If this is your first time seeing me, you are so very much welcome, and to all of my returning subscribers, I love you all so much. So today I'll be talking about a very important topic, which is the reasons why most Africans get frustrated living in Dubai. The reason why most Africans back home despise working in Dubai is because they have one or two persons working in Dubai and yet they have nothing to show for it. The truth is, living in Dubai without any job can be really frustrating. Imagine you living in a strange country with no family to turn to and no job to sustain yourself while staying here in Dubai. You have your rents to pay, you have your bills to clear off, you have your own self to take care of your feeding, as you cannot stay without eating, but yet you have no money to take care of yourself. And you keep applying for jobs on daily basis and you have nothing to show for it. Nobody is calling you for an interview and you don't get any job to even sustain yourself. What's more is, if your visa gets expired and you have to go for visa change to renew your visa, but yet you don't have any money. So what are some of the reasons why us Africans get frustrated in Dubai? That's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. The very first thing that is killing most of us Africans that are living in Dubai is commission. You see, your brother will get a vacancy in a company where they need someone to work for that position or for that vacancy, and he will approach you and ask you for money. You need to give him commission, you need to pay him for you to be able to get that job vacancy. While other nationalities, they look for every possible means. If there is any vacancy in a company where they work or any company where they know about, and there is a vacancy of which they can fit in someone, they quickly look for a means to bring their own brothers to get that position or to get a job which is being posted. But when it comes to Africans, when there is a vacancy which is being posted and you have the opportunity to recommend someone, the first thing they will ask you is commission. You need to pay him for you to be able to get employed by that company. And the worst of all is, some people even go as far as asking for 2,000 dirhams or more for a job that will pay you maybe 1,000 dirhams or 1,500. It's really unfair and it's really frustrating. Imagine someone who has no money. Maybe you cannot even pay your bed space. Maybe you still have to go for visa change. You cannot even eat. And yet for you to get employed, they're asking you for money for you to buy the job. It's really bad. This one is a call for us Africans to really get united. Stay off commission. Help your brother. If you see your brother in need, you have a vacancy in your company and there is a job that is being posted, try to be your brother's keeper. Check, for example, the people from Philippines. We call them the Filipinos. They are always helping each other. That's why we see them flaunting everywhere in most companies in Dubai. Because why? When there is a vacancy, they always strive for a way to bring forth somebody who is their nationality. They always strive to help their own brothers and sisters. But for us, that's not the case, and this is what is killing us. That's why we see many of us get frustrated out there with no job, because they don't have that amount of money to buy the job which is being posted. My fellow African brothers and sisters, let's learn to look out for each other here in Dubai especially. If there is a vacancy in your company and they need someone to work for and you're being given an opportunity to recommend, please recommend your brother, please recommend your fellow sister without asking them for permission, because they are going through a very hard time. I know what it is to go about looking for job, applying and no one is calling you, or going under the sun considering the weather in Dubai, looking for a place to drop your CV, and yet someone has an opportunity for you and you don't have money to pay for it, and you keep suffering and suffering and even sleeping in the streets. Please, let's be one another's keeper and let's take away this thing of commission. Remember, no one knows tomorrow. Another very important reason why most Africans get frustrated here in Dubai is education. I put it in quote, job experience. Most of our brothers who are graduates from Cameroon, maybe degree holders or HND holders or master's degree, not only Cameroon but in other nationalities, in other African countries. I'm calling Cameroon much because I'm a Cameroonian, but then it's common with most Africans. They don't want to start from below. Imagine you graduating as an accountant or as a manager at university. You have no working experience, and as a graduate, you move into Dubai to work. You don't expect a company to just recruit you when you have no working experience. Maybe it happens in your country, but in Dubai, what they consider most is not even the certificate, but it's your working experience. How long, how much working experience do you have? How many years have you been working in that same position? You've been given a company to manage. Can you manage somebody's company as a manager? You don't want to start learning with their company. So what they do is they look onto your background, onto your job experience. So basically, if you don't have any job experience, it will be very difficult for you to get a job in Dubai. You have to bring down yourself to start from below and show them your capabilities. And from what they will see, they will be able to give you a position which you want. If you don't want to start from below, then it's very difficult for them to see your capabilities, since what they can see is just your degree certificate. So what they want from you is your experience. Start from below, accept whatever it is that is being given unto you. If you start from below, it's very fast for you to grow. But if you keep insisting that you cannot do any other job, maybe you only want an office job and you don't want to start from below, you don't want to work as a waiter, how can a degree holder start working a waitress job? Yes, that's the question that is killing most of our brothers and sisters back home. They consider their certificate and they carry themselves in high esteem that they cannot bring down themselves low to the level of cleaning, or to the level of doing clearance, or to the level of being a waitress and whatsoever. It's possible for you to get an office job, but then if you cannot get it, what do you do? So because you're a graduate, and since you cannot get a job that is befitting to your certificates that you have, you prefer to go back home empty-handed. And this is the same mentality that our brothers back home are getting. They feel like, I cannot come to Dubai because I will come there and work as a waiter. It's better I stay back home and fold my arms. But the funny part of it is, if someone takes the initiative to come here and work that same waitress work, being a graduate, they will be the first person to write you and ask you for money. So how is the money coming about? The same money that you suffer to work for it as a waitress is the same one that they're asking you back home and telling you you're enjoying. So why don't you move to Dubai and also do that same struggle? Why feel like you are too high and mighty to carry on a tray or to be a waitress? Dubai is not a respecter of certificate, it's a respecter of experience. So if you're selecting your jobs based on your certificate, then you're in the wrong place. Except you have experience in that domain, then you can think of going into it. But if you don't have experience, I encourage us, or you can start from below. The good thing is that they do have opportunities for you to grow. So you can start from below and then you grow to the position where you want to be. Show them your capabilities. But if you don't want to start from below, then your certificate will take you to nowhere. Moving on to the next reason why most Africans get frustrated in Dubai is language barrier. So basically, there are about 6 international languages in the world. That includes English, French, Spanish, Russian, Arabic, and Chinese. Most African countries only speak English as the international language, which is known worldwide. We need to know those international languages, not only speaking English as an international language. Most of the employers will even put, if you can speak English and another language. So this is also like a language barrier to most African countries. But if we can give in an effort to learn the other languages like French, like Spanish, like Russian, Arabic, or Chinese, it gives us an upper hand into getting a better position or into getting a job. And mind you that the more languages you speak, the higher your salary, because here they are being paid what we call language allowance, meaning if you speak English, you get your basic salary. If you speak French, you get additional salary, which is your French allowance, or we call it language allowance. If you can speak Arabic, okay, it's also an additional salary for you. If you can speak Russian, another addition for you. So the more languages you speak, it gives you an upper hand in getting a better job and also earning a better salary. The next reason why most Africans get frustrated living in Dubai is attitude. Some African nationalities have painted a very bad image about Africans in general to their company, and this caused the employers not to recruit Africans in their company. You get employed by a company and you don't spend a day without fighting with your colleagues and with your bosses. And it continues on a daily basis that if they cannot take it anymore, they have no option than to terminate you. And what image are you painting about Africans in that company? When you're being terminated, they won't want to recruit anyone again from Africa because of the image that you have portrayed about Africa to them. Yeah, they don't feel like this person is from this country or this person is from this country. They just consider Africans as one. So when you portray a very bad image about African to your company, you don't expect them to recruit another African in that company. But when you move into a company and you demonstrate a very good character, you're always being nice to your bosses, you do your job perfectly, you don't fight with your colleagues, you make sure you handle everything which comes your way, you do your job description, leave the rest for God to handle. You must not fight. There is a better way to handle issues with your colleague, but this is what is killing most of us Africans. And when this happens, it reduces the chances we have for our brothers to move into the company. Customer service is of very high value here in Dubai. So the reason why you even see most companies recruiting those from Philippines is because these Filipinos have very good service, even though they speak just one international language, but then they are being recruited by most companies because of their services. They provide very good services to the companies and to the guests who visit the company. So the company can only recruit them and keep on recruiting them because of their excellent services. But when it comes to Africans, I know my brothers, we are too hot-tempered. We move into a company and we want to show them how tough we are, and we want to show them that we are not like the other people. We want to show them that we don't tolerate, we don't take nonsense. The question is, when you go about fighting everyone at your job place, how do you expect your employer to recruit another African, knowing that you have portrayed a very bad image about African to that company? When you tarnish your image, it doesn't only tarnish your own image, but it goes a long way to tarnish the image of all Africans, making it very difficult for Africans to be recruited in that company again. It's high time we start representing our continent in a better way so that we can pave way for the others that are coming behind us. So moving on to the next thing that frustrates most Africans here in Dubai is family demands. This actually is the main reason why most Africans return home with nothing to show for it. Some people get to work so hard that they don't have time for friends or hanging out, but yet they still don't have any savings in their bank account, or they don't have any establishments back home because of high family demands that they get on monthly basis. As their salary comes directly, they have a demand or they have a need back home to take care of. So please, my dear people back home, if you have any relative in Dubai or abroad that is hustling, encourage them as well to do an investment. Don't only want to drain them down to nothing. Ask your brother who is abroad, like, what is your establishment? What is it that you can show for it? If he doesn't have anything to show for it and you can see that the family demands is weighing him down a lot, you can as well advise him, encourage them to start up an investment, not only bringing them down with your numerous demands of monthly allowance and monthly feeding and monthly sicknesses coming from nowhere. And if anything happens to us here, we go back home with nothing to show for it. Those same people whom you have spent your entire life savings for will be the same ones to mock at us tomorrow. So please, I beg of you all, those that are back home, if you have a family, if you have a brother or a sister that is abroad, encourage them as well to save. Give them some space. If they send you money this time, the next time allow them to at least save. Some people go through a lot just to put meals on your table. So appreciate. The worst is those who don't even appreciate the little that anyone abroad can offer to you, because they go through a lot to put that on your table. And to all my hustlers in Dubai and abroad, more grace to your egos. God no shame us. We will make it definitely in Jesus' name. The next thing that frustrates most of us Africans in Dubai is travel agencies. If you're planning to move into Dubai through a travel agency, please watch out, especially if they promise you coming with a work visa or an employment visa and you're guaranteed of a work, of accommodation and places to live in. Most of them are very fake. So please, my brothers and sisters back home, watch out before spending your money on any travel agency. There are lots of fake travel agencies everywhere, especially in Africa. They'll promise you jobs and accommodation, everything inclusive in your package, but when you eventually come to Dubai, they are nowhere to be found, after giving you fake promises and raising your hopes. So make sure to always do research about the travel agencies before giving them your money, so you are sure that it's very genuine. Moving on to the next reason why we get frustrated is companies closing down, which is a close down of companies. The reason why some companies close down is due to poor management, lack of experience, poor location, insufficient capital, personal use of funds, and many others. So being employed by such type of companies can be really frustrating, especially if it closes down when you have no job or anything to hold on to and no savings to look up to during the period of no job. Some companies close down without even letting the employees to know or giving them a notice period to start searching for another jobs, so that they will be prepared when they eventually close down. Imagine you sitting one day and you go to work just for them to tell you that the company doesn't exist anymore. Maybe they didn't even pay you, they did not settle you, you have your bills to pay, you have lots of things to take care of. This can really be quite frustrating, which is most common with some young companies in Dubai. Some people work for months without being paid, like 4 months without any salary, and then just to finally get to the point that the company closes down with all the bills that we have accumulated. So guys, let's watch out also on the kinds of companies that we are applying for, or the kind of jobs that we get ourselves involved in. This brings us to the next reason why most Africans get frustrated in Dubai, which is downsizing. Downsizing is a permanent reduction of a company's workforce through the elimination of employees or workers. And it's a common organizational practice which is usually associated with failing businesses. So cutting off staff or eliminating some staffs is the easiest way for the company to do cost control or to reduce their company expenses. So when this happens, the company gets to eliminate some of its staffs, though not all. But then if you happen to be among the staffs that have been eliminated, it is also quite frustrating. So you have to start looking for a new job in case you don't yet have a job. So another major thing that causes most Africans to get frustrated in Dubai is false information. Like most of those who are aspiring to move into Dubai gets to ask some of us that are already in Dubai about the current status of Dubai and what are the things that are involved, what are the nature of the jobs that are involved, the housing conditions and everything. But we tend to lie to them. We don't tell them the truth the way it is. We give them false information and false hopes about Dubai. We make them feel like they will just get a job from their arrival at the airport. They will just get an office job, grab one, sit in your office and cross your leg and enjoy life and earn big salary. We don't even tell them about the housing condition. Maybe we tell them they will get to live in a very comfortable room and everything. So it seems very easy for them. But when they eventually come, they see the opposite of what we told them. They don't get to see the office job that was being told to them that you can just come and get your office job. We have to be able to tell them about the procedures of getting a job, how they will go through maybe working under the sun to apply for a job in case if they are not being called for an interview if you apply online. We should be able to tell them the truth about the housing condition. Maybe they are coming to stay in a bed space and we are telling them they will be in a hotel or anywhere that we are telling them. Tell them the truth. This will help them. It will not harm them. It's better for them to make up their mind before coming to Dubai than us giving them a false knowledge about Dubai, and when they eventually come, they are like distracted. They don't know what to focus on. They keep their gaze on what they have been told before coming to Dubai. They know that they will get an office job. They just need to persevere and keep applying. And the more they keep applying, their visa is going, and yet they are not getting an office job. I have a friend, when we just came to Dubai, she was based on office job, as in she cannot take any other job except an office job. So she kept on applying for office job, and she went for visa change more than 3 times continuously. After 3 months, she'll go and renew her visa and come back applying for office job. And finally, after all those visas expired, she didn't have money to renew her passport, to renew her visa again. So she had to go back to Cameroon without any job. She finally came back again and continued with the office job search. And when she got one, it was with this also kind of small companies. At the end of the day, she worked for like 2 months, and the companies had to close down without her even knowing. Her passport was with the company, and she went to work and everything was closed. She cannot even locate the boss or whoever. She had to spend a lot to go back to Cameroon because even her visa expired. So guys, we should be able to tell them the truth. Tell them the nature of the work, in particular the kind of work they will come and meet. Tell them about the waitress job. Tell them about the cleaning job. Tell them about the office job. It's possible. I'm not saying totally that you cannot get an office job in Dubai. It's very possible if you have the experience. But then you may even have the experience in your country and you don't have Dubai experience. And by the time you move in Dubai, you're applying for a job and they need someone with Dubai experience. So it's kind of complicated. But once you have a Dubai experience, you can start from below. Once you have Dubai experience, you're good to go with any other position. You start applying, you start doing cross training, and by the time you do your cross training, you have experience in that domain, you're good to go. Even if you apply in another company, you have your experience. Let's be real with them. Tell them about the suffering in looking for a job, how they need to go under the sun to search for a job, how they need to struggle to manage in a bed space at the moment, maybe 10 people living in the room or 6 people living in one room. Tell them all these things. They need to know the truth. Don't make them feel like from the airport when they arrive they're going to get a job or maybe an office job and sit in the office and cross their leg and start earning money. That's not how it's being done. It might happen for some people, but it's very difficult. You need to tell them the truth so that they prepare themselves when they are coming to Dubai and they know that this is what they are gazing at. Because some people, when they come to Dubai, they already have a focus. They know that, okay, I'm coming to Dubai, I'll get an office job, I'll get this position, I'll get that position, and they prepare their CV limiting themselves only for that positions. And at the end of the day, maybe their visa is expiring without them getting that position, yet they got other offers or other jobs which is below the position, and they rejected it because they are aiming for what they have been told. Let's try to be sincere. Tell them the truth. If those who are out of Dubai are asking you about the nature of Dubai, tell them exactly the way it is. Be sincere with them. Call a spade a spade. It's better they accept it before coming so that they can prepare themselves for hustling, instead of making them to feel like they are coming to paradise. Dubai is for hustlers. If you're coming to work, put on your hustling mode. Let me say this, Dubai is not a bad place to live in at all. Rather, it's the people, us the Africans living in Dubai, we are the ones making it a bad place. And this is especially to Cameroonians and Nigerians, our Cameroonians and Nigerian brothers. Let's stop this commission thing. Let's learn to be our brother's keeper. Let's make Dubai a place to be for our brothers that are aspiring to move to Dubai. And to some of you that are aspiring to come to Dubai, When you ask us about how it is in Dubai and we get to tell you the truth, some people advise you and tell you, no, it's not good to come at this time. Maybe you should give it a thought and come after Ramadan or come after this COVID. And like they advise you based on the season. Someone that has been in Dubai knows the time which is much better for you to come, or the season which is much better for you to come. But when we tell you this truth, like come after Ramadan, because during Ramadan businesses are slow, you feel like the person doesn't want you to come to Dubai, or the person doesn't want you to make it. So some of you, I don't know, when they give you the real advice on when to come and when not to come, you feel like they hate you and they don't want your progress because they have come to Dubai, they have made it, they don't want you to come and make it. Nobody can stop you from coming to make it. The reason why they are telling you not to come at a certain period is because they don't want you to come and get frustrated, applying and your visa get expired without you having a job, and you end up in the street like others. So guys, let's be one another's keeper. Accept the truth that will be told to you. And those in Dubai, don't lie to those that are out of Dubai about the happenings in Dubai, especially those that are aspiring to come to Dubai. Tell them the truth, be sincere with them, open up to them. They will accept it for what it is before coming. There are people who keep spending money in Dubai, going for visa change every after 3 months. Some have gone continuously more than 5 times, more than 6 times. So if we are telling you the truth, it's because we don't want to see you in this misery of selling your properties and coming to Dubai with no job, then going back to your country without still getting a job. It's really going to be frustrating to your family back home that sold the properties, sending you here. So that being said and done, what else do you think can frustrate Africans that are living in Dubai? Let us know in the comment section down below. And if this video was helpful to you, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up and do well to like, share and comment. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and subscribe so that you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. See you in my next video.